Get these to a morning talk show, stat. All right. Have you ever wondered how to generate a fan base for your brand? I know you have, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so I want to welcome to the stage a very good friend of mine who's here to talk about the third installment of some pretty state-of-the-art and revolutionary research on fandom from National Research Group, another Stagwell agency, EVP, Head of Strategy and Innovation, Fotoulla Damaskos.
Yeah.
Fotoulla, where are you at? Yeah.
Woo.
Thanks, Ryan. Wow, there has been so much great conversation already about sports fandom, and why not? Sports fandom is powerful, it's exciting, the connection, you can feel the connection between fans, the dedication. Fans are committed to their teams, not just through the great wins, but not just the great wins, but through the tough losses and the disappointing seasons, and the buzz. It's intoxicating. The connection, you can see fans really connect with each other and light up over a shared passion. But fandom has always been synonymous with sports. It's been synonymous with entertainment and with celebrity. But what about brands? Can brands create that same powerful connection? Let me ask you, if you had to guess, which has the most powerful fandom? Would you say it's Disney or Dawn? Who would say Disney? Show of hands. Dawn? What about PlayStation over PayPal? Who says PayPal? It's PlayStation. And Spotify over Samsung. Anyone for Samsung? Spotify? All right, well, what if I told you it was Dawn over Disney, Samsung over Spotify, and PayPal over PlayStation? Now, don't get me wrong, those all have powerful fandoms. They're all on our top 50 list of the most powerful fandoms in the country. But out of all of them, Dawn really leads the pack. And the truth is, fandom can really exist anywhere. We're on a mission with our research to understand how brands can bring fandom to life and how fandom is vital to all brands. So I head up the brand strategy research practice at NRG. We've been studying fandom for quite a while now. We've been, for decades, studying fandom in the entertainment space with some of the biggest brands in entertainment. And in the sports space, we understand brand fandom, what it means there. And we've taken our collective knowledge, tapped a bunch of experts, and have conducted research to understand what brand fandom means for brands overall, across all categories. So we created the Fandex. It's a study of 12,500 people, and it unpacks 250 brands across 18 different categories. And we've learned so many fascinating insights, what it is, about brand fandom, what contributes to it, and how to build it. So let's go back to Dawn for a second. So Dawn was one of our most unexpected brands in the top 50, and it was actually number 5 in our Fandom 50 list. And Dawn, like many of the brands in the Fandom 50, embody 3 pillars that we've identified in terms of building brand fandom. So Dawn connects on values. So of course, fans of Dawn see themselves as cleaning mavens, but brands are quick to point out that Dawn saves wildlife and it saves the baby ducks. And so there's an identity that people value that's much bigger than a cleaning product. The emotional connection really runs deep, and people identify with an identity that they're really proud of and something that they really want to stand behind. This is the alignment pillar. And the action pillar is next. So not only do they connect with the product every day, but Dawn continually surprises and delights them with new uses, new innovations, but also with a product that just reliably works. And that's the action pillar. And amplification. So there's a very vibrant and passionate community behind Dawn. As a star brand on Clean Talk, fans are quick to advocate for the brand, share their tips, share their hacks, and surprising new uses for Dawn from Gen Z and beyond. But fans matter, really no matter what category you're in, fans are vital to success. Fans market for you. Your fans are 3.5 times more likely to advocate for your brand than the average consumer. They're more durable. They're 3 times more likely to stick with the brand, even if it does something that they don't like. Fans are also more likely to pay more of a premium. They spend more. And they're more likely to try your new products when they come out, simply because they're a fan of your brand. So fans have this exponential power. They're worth more than the average customer. And having a strong fandom, though, doesn't happen on its own. Brands have to take this purposeful journey to build it. There's no one way, but there is a playbook. We wanted to understand how brands can build brand fandom and how does it start. So we did a lot of research to understand that path, and through a lot of data science and rigorous data modeling, we found that there's a dominant path to fandom, and it starts with momentum. So momentum is this belief that a brand is on its way up, and it emerges from innovation. Brands that show a commitment to innovation, continuous evolution, or creativity create this spark, and this journey to fandom begins. That momentum creates buzz. People start talking about the brand. It enters the cultural conversation. That buzz gets people to try the brand and engage with the brand. And when that engagement really connects meaningfully, people see their values and identity reflected in the brand, that's when the sweet spot happens. That's kind of when the magic happens and brand fandom really rises to the top. So, and then when that path turns into a continuous virtuous circle, that's when we see brands really rise to the top of the list of all the most powerful fandoms. So let's look at an example of a brand right now that's really doing very well in momentum. The NWSL, they are one of our strongest brands on momentum right now. And we can see that they're really changing their game. They're changing women in sports. The athletes are involved, the leagues are involved, the teams are involved, and the fans are there for it. It's creating a lot of buzz and advocacy and passion, and a very strong brand, a very strong fandom is emerging for the NWSL. But regardless of the path, and there are many, the ingredients to brand fandom are the same. It starts with the experience with the brand, how people are engaging with the brand, how is it creating moments of surprise and delight. It's the emotional connection, how it reflects our identity, how it reflects our values, and how it's creating personal relevance, and the community that surrounds a brand. How is a brand creating that shared connection? How is it creating a sense of belonging? And lastly, it's a dedication to innovation, creativity, and continuous evolution. That's the spark that creates this journey. And we all know that innovation is so important to brand success today. But why? It's because innovation ignites this process. And when innovation leads to buzz and a connected community, that's when people take notice, that's when people get curious, and that's when people want to be a part of the action. So listen to your fans, study your fans, understand what innovations are excited about, what are they talking about, how are they using your brand differently than the mainstream, learn from them and amplify that message, and that's when you build a strong fandom. So thank you, I'll be around all week, happy to chat. Fandom. We've got 250 brands measured, and I'm happy to share any information with anyone if your brand's measured or how to get your brand measured if it's not in there. So thank you.
Thank you, Fotoulla. All right, everybody, attention, please. There are obviously a lot of legends here.